Oh, welcome race fans here to the Martinsville Speedway. They call it a speedway, but we're not going to see speeds up over 100, and I'm going to say 30 miles an hour here today. Most speeds down the straightaway here from this little paperclip under a half-mile track, right around 120. Maybe we're hit 122 down the straightaway. It's the Red Light Scrambler series here for the paperclip, and they are running a little bit of something unique here. They have the Xfinity car. Usually the Xfinity car doesn't come here to Martinsville, but this week the Red Light Scrambler series says it does. And well, before we go any further here, it is Muth in the booth right alongside me. It is Jarrett Reichert, and we are going to bring you all the action here from this little paperclip. Jarrett, this is a far, far away from where they were last week. It's not even half the size.
Yeah, last week we were at Kansas Speedway, the mile-and-a-half track, and well, now we're down to just the half part of that mile-and-a-half as we're here at the paperclip at Martinsville. And this is just some good old-fashioned short track racing. This should be a great race here today.
Yeah, a lot of drivers here in the practice session have been talking about how the entry into the corners, the cars just do not feel planted down into the corner. So a lot of guys losing the rear ends on entry. A lot of guys also complaining that coming off the corner, the rear tires just aren't quite hooking up. It is a track temp up over 100 degrees here. Right now in practice, it's at 102, and we only expect it to climb unless some the weather kind of comes in and cloud cover starts to form here in Martinsville. That track temp might reach 110, 112 degrees. Yesterday for practice for these guys, it was 115, and they were slipping and sliding everywhere.
Yeah, I think that that bottom groove is going to be the place to be. So on restarts, a lot of people are going to be jockeying for position to try and get down low.
Yeah, well, we also got a little bit of a special indication here. Here at Martinsville, we have something a little bit different. These guys, like I said, are running the Xfinity car, but also another little interesting tidbit factor that has been come across our board here is the 43 of Joe Strano. We'll see if we can get a word in here with him in just a moment. But Joe Strano, it was planning to run a little bit of a unique paint scheme here tonight at Martinsville. Unfortunately, trading paints right now, ladies and gentlemen, is a little bit broken. So unfortunately, we won't be able to bring you Joe's paint scheme. But what we can tell you is Joe is working on a little bit of a project here. I don't want to say project, but he's working on a fundraiser effort through the extralife.org. It's an entity of Twitch, and on November the 2nd, which is National Gaming Day, Joe will be out there streaming for, I guess, as long as he can. It's a 24-hour event and hope to raise money for the Children's Hospital. It's the Miracle Network Hospital, actually, and he's looking for donations. So let's see if we can actually pull up the driver of that 43. Joe Strano, you got a copy. It's Roger and Jarrett here in your booth.
Hey, Roger.
Well, Joe, we're not able to show you paint scheme. We did just say that. But tell us about what's going on here coming up on November the 2nd.
Yeah, so me and my family are planning a 24-hour streaming game fest, really, just in the hopes of raising some money for the Children's Miracle Network. Just hoping to kind of highlight a fun cause, bring some money to the kids, and put some smiles on some people's faces.
On the 2nd, though, you talk about you and your family. Who's going to be out there streaming with you? As actually trading paints is just starting to work, so hopefully we'll be able to bring that paint scheme here to the fans in a little while.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. My brother will be out there, Tony Strano. You guys know him. He's usually out here. He's unfortunately not here tonight. Otherwise, he would have been running a similar paint scheme. My dad and then my two stepbrothers actually will be out there as well. So it'll be a group of guys playing for quite some time.
Well, that'll be pretty fun out there. But as you're getting into qualifying here, we don't want to hold you too long. But what kind of games are you going to be playing on the 2nd?
So I'm going to be running off my Xbox. I won't have my PC to play because I'm traveling 4.5 hours to go be with my family. But I'll be running off my Xbox. I'll be playing games such as Wreckfest. Sea of Thieves is a big game that I play. Otherwise, I might just be dabbling with a couple things. I think I'm going to go get NASCAR Heat 4 and see if I can play that completely through. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll be up on a stream all day long, so you guys will get to see what I'm playing around with.
Well, that's pretty cool of you, and everything that you're going to be doing for that children's hospital. Remember, all proceeds will be going to that hospital. There is Joe Strano's link down in the description of this video, so if anybody wants to take a gander at that, they're more than welcome to. But Joe, qualifying is underway. You have 9 minutes left. If there's not anything else you want to talk with us about, we'll get you back down to your car for qualifying.
Appreciate you guys being out there. Appreciate everybody that's going to take a look at the page and enjoy the race.
Well, there you heard it from Joe Strano. Good luck to Joe here tonight, and a good cause coming up on November the 2nd. As you see, Sean Butler did put in a qualifying time there as we talked to Joe, as also did Eric Johnson. Jeff Hollingsworth also putting in a time. Joe Strano coming out there on track. Let's see if we can get a quick look at his car. There it is, the Extra Life 43. Bright orange car here tonight, Jarrett. We're going to be able to pick him out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, definitely not going to be able to pick him out of a crowd and see if he can get a good, strong qualifying run in here.
No 43 here of Joe Strano going to try and have a good starting spot here tonight. And it's going to be difficult here at the Paperclip. You want to have a good starting spot, Jarrett. 31 drivers in the lobby here tonight with their Xfinity cars. It's going to be difficult to try and work your way through the field if you don't have a good qualifying lap.
Yeah, and with these cars, not as much downforce as the Cup cars have, so it's going to be just that much more difficult to work your way through traffic.
43 of Joe Strano went 11th on his first time lap. Let's see where he's going to slot in on the second one. Goes a little bit quicker, but unfortunately, it's still going to be the 11th quickest time. So right now, though, not even half the field has put in a timed lap. Where do you think Joe's going to end up finding himself at the end of this qualifying session?
I think he'll probably be in the top 20, possibly.
Well, as Joe right now is in the 13th spot, as a couple guys are coming out here on the track. The number 22, last week's winner, that is Todd Cray. So right now, Todd Cray is our points leader coming into Martinsville. And it's I'm going to say Martinsville is one of these tracks, Jarrett, where you really have to try and work on just being clean, just consistent, not trying to push the envelope, not dive bombing down into the corners 1 or 3, because that could really wad things up. And if something happens coming out of the corner or into the corner here at Martinsville, it is very tight. I mean, you have enough room to go 3 wide. We saw on Sunday, we did see some 4 wide, and I believe at one time there was some 5 wide in the Cup race. But there's not a lot of room out there to really do that.
Yeah, like you said, if you get bunched up, somebody gets sideways, come off the corner, there's really nowhere to go here. So guys are going to have to be patient and just clean laps for all 200 of these laps here around Martinsville.
Yeah, and somebody who had a clean lap, that's the man you were watching there, the 22 of Todd Cray, as he went to the top of the boards with a 19.57 as he pulls down to the inside of the track. Christopher Rothrock, as don't worry, there it is, the IK9.com 84 machine is out there with his Toyota, slotted right now in the 21st position, and I believe he's going to call it quits on that one. So he's slotted in your 21st position right now. Last week's winner, though, Todd Cray is slotted P number 1. Sean Butler is P2. Max Terriot sitting there 3rd. Eric Johnson had himself one heck of a qualifying run. He's there 4th, and rounding out the top 5. That's going to be the 971 of Nathan Maurer. Michael Trevathan is still out there kind of roaming around the racetrack. He has that 931 Fram car in the 10th position. Michael Trevathan, though, Jarrett, last week had himself a pretty solid run throughout the day and actually had a good finish over there, too. He is 2nd in the points.
Yeah, Michael Trevathan, rookie here, his first race with the Red Light Scrambler Series. Really a good run. I mean, finishing, I believe he finished 2nd, and he's looking to keep that streak going here at Martinsville.
As nobody else is really out there on track, let's see if we can take a quick gander at our point standings. As that is not our point standing. Something did not update for you, so we apologize for that. We can still run you down through your point standings, though, as Todd Cray is last week's winner, and he does have the top spot on the points. He leads Michael Trevarthen there in second, who you see out there on track. And then Sean Butler is tied with third with Brandon Minto. Christopher Rothrock is sitting fifth. Kyle Souza is sitting there in your sixth spot in points. Ira Kohlhaas, one of those rookies, he is seventh. Tim Blum, one of the candidates last year at the end of the season for the championship, he is eighth. He is tied with Tony Strano. 10th is going to be Eric Jones. He is tied with Brian Phillips for that 10th position. I believe we have a new contestant here out onto the track after the track temp dropped a little bit here as no cars were really out there. And that's going to be the 51 of DJ Anderson in that M&M's Toyota 51 machine. DJ going to see if he can put in one heck of a, we're going to call it a burner here at Martinsville. That 51 car looked pretty down there on that inside groove. You don't want to hit the yellow curbing down there because that will upset the car. The curbing down there is quite a few inches high, and that will shoot the car right back up the track as you see DJ come through on lap number 1. He'll go 14th quickest on the board on lap number 1. Expect him to pick it up just a little bit here on lap number 2 as he comes down the backstretch back into turn number 3. See him off the bottom just a little bit, but then when he hits the center of the corner, he's back down there. There's a lot of wheel cranked into that 51, and you see him a little bit sideways. He's going to pick up the pace just a little bit. He'll go 14th quickest on his second lap. Tim Blum is going to bring out the flaming car here, the number 10. See what kind of lap time he can throw down. Now Tim Blum in the number 10 is on the clock here as we watch his qualifying time. See how he does. It's pretty smooth there through 1 and 2 as he comes back down the backstretch right up against the wall. You see him throw it down into turn 3 where you can see he's up the track a little bit. That's going to hurt as he's sideways again coming off corner number 4. So his first lap not going to be where he wants it to be. It is 16th fastest right now as he's up the track again in 1 and 2. Jarrett, I don't think he's going to be seeing the time he wants to be here.
Yeah, he's entering a little too low coming to the corner, and that's making him push up the track to the center. And I think he's definitely going to lose a little time on this lap.
So right now, Tim Blum goes a little bit quicker. He jumps up to the 15th spot, I believe, as that'll end his qualifying. Well, we're going to step away real quick here with a minute and 40 left. We're going to get the national anthem. We'll be right back here to Martinsville to bring you that starting lineup here for the Red Light Scrambler Series.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
And welcome back here to the Martinsville Speedway as the cars are starting to take to the grid. Todd Cray did throw down the fastest lap here, so he'll start P number 1 here tonight. Let's take you through your starting lineup here for the Red Light Scrambler Series. It is Todd Cray. It is Sean Butler going to make up the front row. Then it'll be the 42 of Max Terrialt there in third. Eric Johnson is going to start fourth. Fifth tonight going to go to Nathan Maurer. Sixth position is going to go to Ethan Troutman. E.J. Jones making his first start here. He'll roll off 7th. And Richard Murdoch in the 01 and 8th. 9th place going to go to the 99 of Jeff Hollingsworth. And rounding out that top 10, it's going to be the number 2 of Josh Buckley.
Starting in the 11th position will be the 931 of Michael Trevarthen. The 86 of James Skelton starting in 12th. Starting 13th will be the 930 of Justin Gann. The number 11 of Leo Bordage starting 14th. Starting 15th will be the 51 of DJ Anderson. Starting 16th will be the 10 of Tim Blum. 81 of Patrick Orr will be starting 17th. Ryan Oldani in the 98 will be starting 18th. In the 929, Big Country Ira Kohlhaas will be starting 19th. And rounding out your top 20 will be the 43 of Joe Strano.
Starting 21st here tonight, the 997, Lee Betzel. James Durr going to roll 22nd. 23rd going to be Brandon Minto. Christopher Rothrock will start the 84 there in 24th. 25th to be Robert Dudley. Then it's Jesse Fox. Then it'll be Kyle Souza, 27th. 28th to be the 39 of Brian Phillips. 29th will be Bruce Potter. Dustin Gainey, they're going to start their 30th. 31st going to be Kevin O'Brien. And then Ron Holyfield rounds out the 32-car field here. Well, Jarrett, it is short track racing with 32 drivers to take the green flag here for the Red Light Scrambler Series. And being a short track, tempers are going to flare early and often, I'm sure, in the 200 laps we have scheduled here tonight.
Oh, absolutely, Roger. That's to be expected with any short track you go to. Especially here in Martinsville, not a whole lot of room here. But I'm expecting some great door-banging action here all 200 laps.
Yeah, to be the first time the Red Light Scrambler Series head to a short track this. I don't believe we have another track coming up. December, I guess you say in a couple week gateway you could classify as, I guess, a short track, but not really. But the iRacing pace car is down and away. We're about to get the green flag here tonight, as it's in the hands of Todd Cray. Sean Butler, there's the green flag. 200 laps start right now for the Red Light Scrambler Series. And look at them all go down there into turn number 1. 2 by 2 they go. And coming out of turn number 2, it's still going to be, they are 3 wide back there for right around the 10th position.
3 wide racing back around the 10th position, but Todd Cray and the 88 of Sean Butler are still door-to-door that whole first lap. Sean Butler noses ahead, but he's not going to be able to get to the inside quite yet as Todd Cray slams a door on him, and they're still side by side coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, it looked like that time off turn 2. Butler came pretty close to being into the outside wall, but he jumps down there in turn 3. He's going to take the lead, and he's going to take control here on lap number 2. He led the first one from the outside. Now he'll lead lap number 2. Here comes Max Terrialt trying to get to the inside on the 22 of Todd Cray. He's not going to be able to. Another battle for position is back here for the 8th spot. It's going to be the 9-9 here of Jeff Hollingsworth looking to the inside on Richard Murdoch. We've seen that outside lane work. You just saw Sean Butler do it as, up the track just a little bit. In the center of the corner is Hollingsworth. He's going to get the car under control, and he'll take now that 7th position away from Richard Murdoch. As Murdoch, though, not going to go away too quietly, but right behind him, he has a moment right now to jump down in front of the 2 there of Buckley, and he does that exactly right like that. And it looks like we're pretty much single-filed out here as Hollingsworth makes a little bit of a mistake, stacks up the cars there in the 7th spot.
Yeah, Richard Murdoch trying to stop the bleeding, essentially. He was stuck up in that high line. He slides up the track a little bit as Buckley tries to get underneath him, but can't make it happen as they come down to turn 3. Murdoch still holding on to that 9th position, or 8th position.
Yeah, right behind them in the 10th position. That's going to be the 931 right there, that Fram Filters car. That's Michael Trevarthen, and he is looking to try and wait for Buckley to make a mistake. Pretty calm here in the early going, but here comes Max Terrialt for that 2nd position. Down in the 3, he's got the inside position. Todd Cray goes a little bit high, but he's going to fight back off the corner. The inside looked like it just had a little more grip for that 42 car as they go down into 1.
Yeah, Terrialt got a little bit better of a drive as Todd Cray seemed to slide a little bit coming off at turn 4. as they come down in turn 3. Not close enough to make a move, and he better watch out because there comes the 33 of Eric Johnson.
Yeah, back here, it looks like there's a little bit of a battle between the 81 of Patrick Orr and the number 10 here of Tim Blum. Blum went to the inside and got around, and then it looked like Orr was trying to get back to the back bumper on the number 10 of Tim Blum. Just wasn't able to. He was right behind them. Troutman in the 62 is going for a slide. He was sideways in the Haas C&C 62. He gathered it up. A good save there by Ethan Troutman, as now he's going to go in there into the corner. I'm not sure who is that. That is the 997 there of Lee Betzel. They made contact down there in 3 and 4. Everybody gathered her up, though, and we are still green flag racing right behind them. That is the Joe Strano machine to the outside, getting passed by the number 20 of Brandon Minto. The truck train going through the inside there. As now, here comes Rothrock in that IK9 84 machine. He's going to look to the inside here on Strano coming off corner number 4. He doesn't have the position right now. Strano could slam the door on the 84 of Rothrock, but he actually leaves that inside lane open for the time being. I think Joe really likes that outside groove as he fires off corner number 2, and he takes position number 22.
Yeah, Joe Strano falling back a little bit from his 20th starting position, but now trying to start working his way back to the front as he's trying to catch, I believe that is the 20 of Brandon Minto for that 21st position.
And right now, let's check back in where your leader is. That is Sean Butler right now. He has a 1.7 second lead over Max Theriault. And actually, looking at the timing and scoring, Jarrett, we're just about into lap traffic here.
Yeah, only almost 13 laps into this race, and he is already a few car lengths behind. I believe that's the 999 of Dustin Gainey. And lap traffic is definitely going to be a factor here today at Martinsville.
Yeah, lap cars don't technically have to give way to your leaders, as Sean Butler is starting to pull in the back of the field as they are actually battling also. Kyle Souza is battling with the 39 of Phillips, and that's for the 28th and 29th position. That's right out in front of your leaders. There you see they have started to figure it out as Phillips is up the track, so Souza's going to take advantage. He's going to duck to the inside, and he'll be able to take away that 28th position. He's going to try and distance himself from that Sean Butler machine. But lap traffic, if you're trying to stay on the lead lap like a lot of those guys, they might battle you just a little bit harder. As now you see Butler is definitely onto the back bumper. Somebody pulling down pit road, I believe. Not sure if I caught that right. Was that the 59 of Bruce Potter? Bruce Potter going to pull down into pit road with the 59. Car not to his liking here on lap 15. He'll go down and try and get some service. See Sean Butler now onto the back bumper of that 999 of Gainey.
Yeah, Sean Butler trying to find his way around Gainey as he peeks to the inside coming off of turn 4. Can't quite pull up next to him. And there he goes, pulling up next to him coming into turn 3, or turn 1, excuse me. You know, if he gets with the cars battling side by side, it's going to be very hard for him to get around. That 2-second gap he has on Theriault could be gone in a matter of a half a lap.
And Richard Murdoch, though, back here is battling with that 99 of Jeff Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth looking to the inside on the 01 here of Murdoch as they go down into 1. That inside lane as the day goes on looks like it might be a little more friendly on the tires, but Murdoch got a good run out of turn number 2, and he almost, I believe, got that 01 machine into the outside wall. But he gathers it up, and that inside lane, though, off turn 4 looked like it had a little bit better of a bite.
Yeah, as Jeff Hollingsworth holding strong on an inside lane, and here comes the 2 of Buckley trying to get to the inside of Murdoch as they come down into turn 3. Murdoch's still trying to find a way around the 99 of Hollingsworth.
And that's going to fizzle out for the time being. Murdoch going to have to settle for the 8th position, going to try and cool the tires, see if he can make another charge at that 99, as now this group of cars is starting to work up onto lap traffic also. A lot of the lap guys electing to go high. Where is your leaders? That is right now going down the lap. That's going to be Kevin O'Brien, 184 machine. John Butler right now, though, doesn't have that many cars out in front of him. He's going to have a couple of laps to breathe and just trying to open up that distance between him and Max Theriault. That sits right now at 2.5 seconds. So he's got himself a comfortable lead for the time being.
Yeah, just about 2.5 seconds. Gotta wonder if he's gonna wear that right front tire out, though, running as hard as he is. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out as this run goes on.
Well, they're still watching that battle for the 7th position. Hollingsworth not able to really pull away from that 01 of Richard Murdoch right now. They did kind of gap themselves a little bit from the number 2 of Joshua Buckley, who sits there in the 9th position. And, well, Sean Butler, I'm looking at it, and he lost a little bit of ground because he is in heavy lap traffic now. The 4 of Kyle Souza, and I believe that's the 49 of Robert Dudley are running side by side, battling for that 27th position. And Dudley's not willing to give it up, neither is Kyle Souza. So right now your leader of Sean Butler stuck in heavy traffic.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about just a few laps ago. Getting behind these cars going side by side, that lead is going down rapidly. As now he gets by the 49 of Dudley and starts to work on the 4 Souza. But he lost almost a second out of his lead with those lap cars.
Yeah, remember it was at a 2.5 second lead over Max Terriol. Now it's down to a little over a second. And they are working up onto, I believe, the next car is going to be the 4 car of Souza yet, as he's still out in front of the leader. He's right now hoping that possibly a caution would come out here, that he'd be able to stay on the lead lap with 4 fresh tires on that number 4 car. But right now, a lot of good racing has been going on here at the Paperclip. Nobody is side by side until, well, it's that Joshua Buckley car. As here comes the 86. Oh, Buckley locks up the left front tire. He slides up the track. That's going to involve, oh, now Buckley's around on the front stretch. The 2 of Buckley in the red Zapple Ale Ford Mustang going to go around here. We saw lock up that left front tire and up the track into DJ Anderson. And now Buckley is going around off turn 4. That's really going to save Kyle Souza. But let's take a look here on the replay and go from over top here with the blimp cam as they go down into turn 3. Right here, you're going to see the 2 of Buckley. He locks it up, and up the track he goes, almost into the quarter panel there of the 86 of Skeleton. And then he goes to hammer back into the throttle, and unfortunately, that car goes around. And I don't know how much exact damage is done to the front end of that Ford Mustang, but it looks like it's got quite a bit of front nose damage. I don't think it's going to be terminal here tonight at the Paperclip, but it's not the way that Josh Buckley wanted to start his night out.
Yeah, tough break there for the 2 of Josh Buckley. Heavy front end damage. But like you said, Roger, this is Martinsville, and I don't think things are going to affect it as it would at most tracks like Mile and a Half or super speedways.
Well, everybody is down pit road. Sean Butler finds his pit stall. There's the 22 of Todd Cray. Question's going to who can have the quickest pit stop here at Martinsville, because pit stops is going to be a main thing. Oh, it looks like E.J. Jones actually may have missed his pit stall. He was in pit lane, but the 88 of Butler is going to win the battle off pit road. Todd Cray, I think, is going to come out there third out of pit road, but it'll be Sean Butler winning the battle. Then it'll be Max Terriol, Todd Cray, Eric Johnson, Nathan Mower right there in the 971. He comes out there in the 8th position, but that'll all cycle through because E.J. Jones missing his pit stop. And a couple other guys getting back onto the lead lap there. It does look like we have one retiree out of the event here tonight. That's going to be the 59 of Bruce Potter. He said that's enough of the short track Paperclip style racing here. I'll load it up and I'll head to Auto Club a little bit earlier. Well, Jared, 30 laps in the books here, and they were turning some pretty quick laps. Sean Butler was mowing guys down, if you will. He has already lapped a handful of drivers, only 24 drivers left on the lead lap, and I think Christopher Rothrock is actually going to be put back down the lap. Ron Holyfield, a couple of these other guys also going to go back down the lap as they didn't come down pit road just yet.
Yeah, the Sean Butler putting in an incredible pace to start this race off. Going to be interesting as the race goes on. The track starts to change a little bit if some of these guys are going to be able to keep up with that pace.
Yeah, we now have that 42, though, of Max Terriol. That's going to start on the outside. Remember, on the initial start of the green flag, we saw Sean Butler take the lead from that outside lane. We could possibly see Max Terriol do the same thing here on this restart.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun restart to watch.
Now the iRacing pace car lights are off. It is Sean Butler. It is Max Terriall. That's actually, I believe we're going to get another lap here. The lights back on the pace car. I think the lineup's still a little bit jumbled, trying to get that all sorted out. Things happen here at Martinsville in a hurry. Now the lights on the iRacing pace car go out. Could go back to flag racing on lap 34. Well, while we're here under caution, though, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in out there on the YouTube. We see a bunch of normal fans out there. Crystal, as always, pulling for the 88 of Sean Butler Racing. Jason is also out there. Jesse Fox, thanks for the heads up for the Trading Paints. I did see that, and that's exactly when we went back over to Trading Paints to upload these guys' paints as the lights on the pace car came back on. Jarrett, we're going to do another lap here at Martinsville under caution.
Yeah, having a hard time getting everybody where they're supposed to be, but hopefully we can get the green flag this time around.
It's Butler, it's Terrill, it's Cray, it's Johnson going to be your first rows once we do go back green flag racing. Still 167 laps to go. Let's see if the iRacing pace car does make the left-hand turn down pit road. And now it's going to be in the hands of Butler and Terrill as they battle down into turn 1. We're going to get the green flag here in just a moment. Waiting for it. Butler holding him back. Now he's going to fire off with that 42. Max Terrill going to get a really good start on the outside as they go side by side down into 1. Look at Terrill. Look at Johnson playing the game 3 wide behind them.
Sean Butler, Terrill getting out
Buckley
to
is
the
around, going down the backstretch, entering turn 3, and they're going to wad him up. Ethan Troutman, Robert Dudley, Ryan O'Danny all involved in that. Just a chain reaction coming off turn number 2. Turns everybody around, and that's going to put us right back under yellow. Joshua Buckley's night went from bad to even worse at this point. Go back here on this replay and see what went wrong. Is there, you already see it. I think that might be the number 1 of Holyfield is sideways, as he was the initial start of that, and then everybody kind of piling in. Buckley went for a little bit of a wild ride off the 49 of Dudley's front end. Let's throw her back here. You see it all unfold coming down the backstretch. That is the 1. Tapping the rear end of the 2. Ethan Troutman know where to go, and look at everybody pile in. Ryan O'Danny, and look at Buckley go up and over in the number 2.
tough break for all those guys. Normally don't see too much of that all the way in the back of the pack there, but that's racing.
Ryan O'Danny's car is all messed up. Let's throw it back here one more time. See on board with the gyro camera. Riding on board. We're riding on board. Ryan O'Danny. This is exactly what he sees coming down the backstretch. It all just right there. The track just closes up. There is nowhere to go when you're running nose to tail like that. And that is some heavy damage on the Ryan O'Danny machine. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get that car fixed and back up the full song and dance, because there is a ton of damage on that machine. That whole front end on that Ryan O'Danny car is taken off. Ryan O'Danny is involved in that. Joshua Buckley, Robert Dudley, Ron Holyfield, Ethan Troutman. And I'm missing a driver who was involved in that, but I think I got good news here that the 43 of Joe Strano got through that pretty unscathed. A lot of different strategies here under this yellow here. It looks like your top 13 drivers, top 16 drivers actually going to stay out as you see Kyle Souza back down.
Yeah, this is interesting. Nobody came down to get tires, but we really only had one lap of green flag racing, so not really much need.
Out here. A couple guys towards the back, they will come back down. I believe Dustin Gainey was the man who gonna receive the lucky dog, I think, here. Trying to get out of pit road just in time here before the iRacing pace car comes back around. I think he actually beats the pace car out, so that'll put him back at the tail end of the lead lap. His lights are already out here on the pace car, so quick yellow flag. It's going to be Butler, going to be Terriall. As the iRacing pace car goes back down, it's like a complete reset here at the front of the field. 160 laps still to go here at Martinsville. Sean Butler and Terry on the restart. Look at Butler gets a little bit better restart that time down there on the bottom. Max Terriel's going to send it down into turn 1 on the high side. And look at that inside lane lead as, oh, look at them all stack up as they come down the backstretch.
Yeah, everybody jockeying for position. Sean Butler gets out in front of the 42 of Terriel. Here comes the 22 of Todd Cray, still trying to fight with the 33 of Eric Johnson as they start the single file out. Here comes the 971 of Nathan Moore as he's in the 5th position. They are double stacked behind him.
Yeah, right behind them, that's the 01 and that's the 99, so it's Murdoch and Hollingsworth battling for that 6th and 7th position. Right behind them, Justin Gann is coming up through there. He's trying to work his way into the top 5 here on these restarts. A couple guys towards the back looking like modifieds out there, getting a lot of cool air to the tires. As there you see the 01 of Murdoch is going to make the pass on that 99 of Hollingsworth. That'll put Murdoch into that 6th position as Hollingsworth kind of a little bit slower going into the corner there. They kind of checked up Gann and Trevathan back there. And Skelton not too far back there either. He's sitting right there in the 10th position.
Yeah, it's the 930 of Justin Gann all over the back of the 99 of Hollingsworth as they work their way through 3 and 4. So looks like Hollingsworth is starting to put a little gap on the 93 again. We're under caution.
Back under caution, and I think the number 11 of Leo Bordage has gone around to his Procore Supra. So that'll put us back under yellow here on lap 45. Let's take it back and look at Leo Bordage back here as he was running right about the 15th spot when this all happened. Oh, looks like he may have got a little help there. I'm not exactly sure who that was. It looks like Lee Betso into the back of the number 11 of Leo Bordage, so that sends the 11 spinning out of turn number 4. He'll refire. Not too much damage on that number 11's front end, a little bit on that right rear of the Procore car. But Jarrett, and that brings out another yellow here. Yellows will breed yellows as Eric Johnson is one of the only leaders down pit road.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy. Not sure how this is going to play out. Not really older tires. I mean, they are older tires, but not a whole lot of laps on them. Interesting to see how this is going to play out with Eric Johnson on new tires.
Yeah, that'll put him down at the tail end of the lead lap. I believe that'll be right around maybe the 20th position or so. But all your leaders going to stay out. That'll give the number 1 of Ron Holyfield his lap back in that Kodiak film number 1. So that will now put, as timing and scoring is jumping around, I think that might put about 24, 25 drivers on our lead lap. John Butler, though, still out front. He has led 44 laps here tonight. And I think that Helman's car might be staying up there a little bit longer as you see the 98 of Ryan O'Danny coming out. And he's going to go around the pace car. He'll tag the rear of the field. A lot of damage on Ryan O'Danny's car. As I'm trying to find, there he is. He's actually still slotted on the lead lap as he beat the pace car out of pit road. His modified sitting right now in the 20th position.
Yeah, Sean Butler has a really strong car right now in the early stages of this race. And like you said, Roger, shouldn't expect much different out of that 88 car right now.
Question is, though, how good is Max Terriel? We haven't seen a long run with Max Terriel being able to start right there on your leader's bumper here tonight. Max, remember, started a little bit further, a couple rows back here on the initial drop of the green flag, and he was able to work his way to second. And when he got the second, Ron Butler had already had a 2.5 second gap on him. He started to chew that up when we got the lap traffic. Now, under yellow flag conditions, with only short little runs, the 42 of Max Terriel not able to really get the long runs that he needs to possibly show Sean Butler that he's going to be a force here tonight.
Yeah, right now all we've really been able to see is the restarts. Sean Butler's been very strong on the restarts, but like you said, no long green flag run yet. So,
well, the iRacing pace car going to duck to the left, and we're about to get this one tuned back up here with the Butler machine out front. Then it's going to be the 44 Ariel
think they waved that off. They're going to do another lap yet.
Oh, another lap of yellow coming here. iRacing pace car speeding down pit road to try and get back out in front of the field as it does right there. He this time buys the lights are back out on the pace car. And the Mustang must have been broke again. That's why it's heading back down pit. They just can't seem to fix that iRacing pace car, can they?
Yeah, it's weird. I was surprised it actually caught the field.
But the green flag is waving, and now we are back to racing, and that inside lane got one heck of a jump. Somebody's down to the bottom. I think that's the Ryan O'Danny machine, and that's going to put us back under yellow. I think something may have happened to Ryan O'Danny as he slowed down there on the inside of turn 1. That's why the caution is coming back out. So we're re-rack them, restack them here in just a moment from Martinsville. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. We'll be back here with the Red Light Scrambler series from the Paperclip.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here to the Martinsville Speedway for the Red Light Scrambler series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Sean Butler is out front here under this caution with Max Terriol as we're waiting for the iRacing pace car lights to go out. As there they go, the iRacing pace car lights go out, and we're going to go back green flag racing here on lap 59. It'll be 142 laps to go as Robert Dudley's trying to beat the pace car out of pit road. I don't believe he's going to beat it out of pit road. Actually, he does, so he'll right now only stay, or actually he'll stay on the lead lap, so a close call there by Robert Dudley, but he's going to have to hurry because there goes the iRacing pace car. Sean Butler, Max Terriol about to take the green flag once again here from Martinsville. Oh, let's watch him down into turn 1 here. Like a pretty good start down into turn 1 for everybody as they come off turn 2, though. Sean Butler got a little bit sideways as everybody looks to be pretty much being able to hold themselves here on lap number 1 of the green flag restart. Sean Butler going to come out of 4. He'll lead the lap there. So 141 laps left here, and your leaders are single file.
Oh, as Max Terriall gets a big run coming through 1 and 2. Almost hit the rear bumper of the 88 of Butler. Now loses a little time as they come off a turn forward. Still Sean Butler leading another lap here at Martinsville.
James Skelton and Michael Trevarthen back here battling, and right in front of them, actually, Jeff Hollingsworth trying to follow through. Trying to pass that 971 there of Nathan Mower. Not going to be able to. There's the triple nines there of Dustin Gainey coming out of pit road. He is multiple laps down right now, 2 laps down to your leaders, kind of filing in here at the pack.
Yeah, here comes the 931 of Trevarthen trying to get around the 86 of Skelton. Just can't seem to make it happen as Skelton swerving all over the front of the nose. He slides up a little bit as they come off the turn 4. James Skelton holding that position.
Yeah, now here comes the 99 of Jeff Hollingsworth. He's going to look to the inside on this Nathan 971 machine. Looks like he'll have the position to the inside. Ooh, Nathan may have been into the outside wall there just a little bit. But it looks like he'll keep it straight here. And we will stay back. Green flag racing. E.J. Jones in the 995 machine going to the inside here of Ira Kohlhaas. Kohlhaas, we haven't talked about that rookie so far tonight. Right now running in the 13th spot. Trish trying to have a clean race. That car looks pretty clean for Kohlhaas to the 929. Right now sitting in that 13th position.
Yeah, Kohlhaas trying to hold off the 81 of Patrick Orr as they come off of turn 4. We got Eric Johnson back here trying to get around the 20 of Minto for that is the 17th position. Johnson was the only one to pit from the leaders a couple cautions ago and trying to make his way back up to the front.
Yeah, there you saw Ron Holyfield going around a couple of those damaged cars back there. Ethan Troutman was one of them. It looks like Christopher Rothrock also back there. As Rothrock actually goes into the corner, and it looks like he blew the corner just a little bit. The IK9 car up the track, and now he's into the outside wall coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, Rothrock finding the outside wall, still can't get down as the 11 of Leo Bordage is down in that low line. But here comes Rothrock trying to get around the 62 of Troutman, slides up the track again. Just can't seem to get through the corners like he wants to, Roger.
Yeah, those tires maybe heated up a little bit, or maybe since he was into the outside groove, he has a little bit of marbles on those tires for the 94 car. Just can't get it to turn right now. He is slotted right now back in the 21st position. That is not where he wants to be. But let's take a quick look at somebody who, one of our highlight drivers here tonight, 43 of Joe Strano. Remember, going on a marathon gaming event on the 2nd. A little bit of extra information down in the description of the video here tonight. Be able to help Joe Strano out. All the proceeds that Joe Strano gets all in the 2nd will go right to the Children's Hospital. And right now, he is being worked over because here comes the Trump train of the number 20 of Minto looking to the inside down the backstretch, and Joe Strano going to move to the top side. He knows that the 20 right now is a little bit quicker, has a little bit fresher tires as, Minto's not able to put the power down off turn number 4. Here will come Eric Johnson. Johnson, remember, pitted from inside the top 10 as the 39 is around on the front stretch. Phillips is pointed in the wrong direction with that 39 car, and now with all your leaders coming, he's going to try and spin it around real quick, as he will be able to spin it around, but he will now go a second lap down. So it looks like a self-spin. Let's take a quick look at it here at Martinsville from over top. He was battling with the number 11 of Bordage. Oh, a little contact, I believe, there. Puts the 39 into the outside wall, then he slides down to the inside wall. We'll take another quick look at it as they came out of turn number 4. That was the battle for the lucky dog position, as the 39 just comes up the track just a little bit and into the number 11 of Bordage, and he's going to go around, and that puts us right back under yellow. All your leaders, though, this time are coming down pit road, Jarrett.
Yeah, everybody coming down pit road, get 4 fresh Goodyears and a full tank of Sunoco fuel. And I think Terriall is kind of happy to see this caution, as the 88 of Butler had a little bit over a second lead on second place. So maybe try and get his head clear and see what he has, try and figure out what he has to do to get after this 88 here.
Yeah, so that'd be a good thing here for 4 tires for all your leaders throughout the field. It looks like Tim Blum playing a little bit of strategy. The number 10 of Tim Blum, though, only taking 2 tires. A couple other drivers taking that same strategy. Lee Bedso, Eric Johnson, Brandon Minto all took 2 tires there on this this pit stop, and along with, I believe, Kevin O'Brien, Robert Dudley also taking 2 tires. As it looks like Robert Dudley is going to be held a little bit. I think he's going to go a lap down here to your leaders. As you see Sean Butler, Max Terrill starting to go around him. Ethan Troutman sitting down on pit road right now with a lot of damage to that Haas 62. He is right now 1 lap down, and he's trying to get as much damage fixed to that 62 as he can to try and continue here. You know, the Red Light Scrambler Series does do a chase format, but you can also work your way into the chase with points also. It's not just a win and advance once we get to the end of the regular season. If you are in on points like last year, we saw a bunch of guys kind of move on into the playoffs. Ethan Troutman doesn't have a win just yet, as this is only the 2nd race of the season, but could come down to just points.
Yeah, every point is going to matter. If you miss that 1 point in one race, you're going to think about that when you get down to the chase and you miss it by 1 point. So definitely got to get all you can in every single race.
See Fox coming back onto the track there. He'll rejoin the racing surface as the iRacing pace car is going to duck down here, and it's going to turn us back to green flag conditions. 125 laps going to be left here when we restart on lap 76. Right there's the green flag, an early green flag. Looks like, though, Terry Alt was ready for that one.
Yeah, Terry Alt's still door-to-door with Butler as they go down to turn 1. And as they come off at turn 2, Butler still can't clear, and Terry Alt's starting to nose ahead. As they come down to turn 3, they are still door-to-door as Sean Butler slides up a little bit, pushing Terry Alt up, and here comes the 22 of Todd Cray looking for that 2nd position.
Yeah, it looked like that 42 up the track just a little bit because Sean Butler was up the track. Now here comes Todd Cray trying to take away the 2nd position as they work down the backstretch. Down the backstretch into turn number 3, it's going to be Todd Cray nosing ahead, and he's going to take the position, I believe. He's going to have to slide up and block the 42, and he protects the bottom groove. He knows that's where the 42 would have went if he would have got there. Look at Richard Murdoch. He is now up into the 4th position, and look at Tim Blum wheeling that number 10 car with 2 tires on it.
Tim Blum only taking 2 tires as he's stuck on that outside line. Here comes the 930 of Justin Gann, trying to get to the inside of Blum as they come down in turn 1. Blum's still holding tough on an outside line. And Gann slides a little bit coming off of turn 2, allowing Blum to get away. He will dive to the inside.
Yeah, now he's got to worry about the 99 here of Hollingsworth and that Coast Guard Toyota to the outside. Looks like Gann got a good run, but here comes now the 99 to the inside. He's going to get a block down into turn 1. Gann going to block him going down into 1. Now Gann didn't have the run through the middle of the corner, but that's all right because Hollingsworth slipped a little bit on exit. That will mean Gann will have the 6th position. Hollingsworth right now has the 7th spot. Skelton sitting right there, moving up ever so slowly, ever so slightly, ever so slowly. Slow and steady wins the race, they tell me. Right now, that 86 of James Skelton is sitting there in the 8th position, just kind of buried in traffic for the time being as he follows that 99 of Hollingsworth down around the track.
Yeah, Skelton just sitting there, biding his time, waiting for a mistake, somebody to slide up the track, and he'll be right there to get that position. But right now, looks like the 10 of Tim Blum is all over the back of the 01 of Richard Murdoch for that 4th position as they come down into turn 3.
Yeah, remember that 10 of Tim Blum is still sitting out there on 2 tires. Blum is one of those guys that can really wheel a car. Now, we know we've brought in a lot of new guys that's kind of, I want to say, evened or leveled out a playing field here. Tim Blum hasn't had the run so far this year that he would be looking to normally have, as right now with those 2 tires, though, that car is handling just the way he wants, and he runs right there in that 5th position.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if other guys are gonna maybe pick up on this. Tim Blum only getting 2 tires, maybe try their own strategy. But right now it seems to be working for the 10 of Tim Blum. As here comes the 99 of Hollingsworth all over the back of the 930 of Gann. as they come down the front stretch to complete another lap.
It's all about when you can take the run. As there you see it, the 99 looks to have a better entry and a better exit, but that 930 really rolls the center of the corner just a little bit better. That time the 99 is going to get through the center of the corner a little bit better as that 930 was up the track. You can see it from our overhead camera here, just how close it is. That accordion effect, it's a real thing. You can see it here as we watch from the blimp.
Yeah, as the 99 of Hollingsworth has to just let off just a little bit so he doesn't get in the back of the 930. And that's when you start to see that accordion effect. But it looks like, oh, Gann up the track just a little bit. Hollingsworth not quite there, close enough to get under him.
22 of Todd Gray working around. That is the 184 there with Kevin O'Brien. The O'Brien machine, I think, was into the wall there as he was trying to get out of the way of your leaders, and just no grip on the top side of the track there as he was out of the groove just a little bit and allowed your leaders to go by as he's still working that way top lane trying to stay out of everybody's way.
As the 42 of Terry all over the back of the 22 of Cray, trying to get that second position back. But meanwhile, behind them, Tim Blum trying to poke his nose in on the 01 of Murdoch. As they come off of turn 2, Blum still can't quite get to Murdoch.
Yeah, Blum seems to be right now running a little bit of a different line than that 01 of Richard Murdoch. He kind of enters high and stays high and then kind of throws her down on exit of corner, trying to get as much momentum built up into that 10 machine as he can coming off the corner. And it seems to be working for him right now. As right behind him, the Gain machine is going around on the backstretch. That's going to put us under yellow. It looks like Justin Gain went to get back to the throttle there on the 930, and now he's kind of stuck in the middle of the track. Didn't know where the 81 machine of Orr was going to go. But Justin Gann gonna bring us under yellow flag here from Martinsville. A single car spin as he got her pointed in the right direction, but loses a lot of ground. Let's go see what it shows us from over top. He was sitting there running in the 6th position at the time. You just see him just go back to the throttle. The rear tires didn't hook up. The front tires drug him down to the inside wall. Hard impact with the front nose of that EAV car. But he gets it pointed back in the right direction. He'll rejoin the crowd. A little bit different strategy here. Todd Cray and Richard Murdoch going to stay out, but everybody else is down pit road.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to see how this plays out, but mostly everybody down pit road for 4 fresh tires. Tough break for the 930 of Sean Gann. He was our top running rookie at the time of his accident, but definitely dropped back in the field.
Yeah, so Gann brings out this yellow flag, and he's down on pit road. Doesn't look like there's too much damage, but we'll find out from the man of the 930 here in just a second. Let's see if we can grab a quick word in with the driver of that 930 of Justin Gann. Justin, you got a copy. It's Jarrett and Roger here in the booth.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, Justin, the car looked like it was a little loose there on exit. Tell us what happened when you went back to the throttle.
I think I just had a little too much going on behind me. And when I came out of the turn, man, I let off, and it was just already gone at that point.
Yeah, the track temp looks to be a little cooler than it was in practice. Does it feel any different from practice and qualifying till right now at the mid-race point?
No, it feels a little bit better, actually. I think it was just a little too much get up and go on it.
Well, you did hit the inside wall. Are you going to be able to kind of keep the same pace that you had as you were working through the field with that damage?
Well, I didn't repair my damage. I'm going to find out this lap. I might pull back in if it's too bad.
Well, good luck, Justin. Maybe we'll talk to you at the end here with the car looking the same way, if not better.
Roger that, man. Have a good one. Thank you.
Well, there you heard it. He just went back to the throttle, and then once he got out of it, the car just snapped around on him, Jarrett. Could happen just like that in the blink of an eye, but now can Todd Cray and Richard Murdoch hold off Sean Butler and Terriot with fresh tires?
Yeah, this is, like we said, this is going to be fun to watch. Sean Butler started on the front row and never left that lead go. Now he's got a couple cars in front of him. It's going to be fun to see if he can work his way through here.
As the pace car is down on the way, it'll be Todd Cray. And the last time Todd Cray saw the front row, that was on the drop of the green flag as he was your pole sitter here tonight. Let's see, as the green flag is waving, I'm going to work lap 96. As look at that inside lane, got a really good start. Murdoch, not so much, but they are crashing back there. I believe that is the 20 of Minto has gone around in the Trump train number 20 as he smacked that inside wall. That would put us right back under yellow. I think the accordion effect, Jarrett, this time really got Brandon Minto towards the rear of the field.
Yeah, that happens fast here in Martinsville, that accordion effect. You're not ready for it.
Oh, actually, that involved the 930 of Justin Gamm. We just spoke with him. I think Brandon Minto may have missed a shift there, Jarrett, because that car accelerated, and then all of a sudden it looked like he just slammed on the brakes.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it too, missing a shift. If the guy behind you isn't ready for it, yeah, that'll wreck you for sure.
Let's go on board here with Brandon Minto and listen to him come up through the gears. There you could hear it, and there you saw it on the tack. It pegged 9,000 RPMs on that number 20 of Minto. Either he missed the shift or got stuck in between the shift, but either way, Minto going to get tagged there by Justin Gann. Now, if that Gann machine didn't have any damage on it, now he definitely has a ton of front-end damage on that 930 machine. Now he's got to worry about did he kind of punch a hole in the radiator. It looks like all your leaders, though, will stay out here under this yellow flag. Let's see if we can find the driver of the 20 car of Minto. Brandon Minto is Roger here in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
As you're coming down pit road, we don't want to really distract you, so don't go speeding down pit road. We don't need you to blame Jarrett for something other than what I've already blamed him for here tonight. But tell us what happened on that restart.
I've been having issues all day with the restarts. I've been starting in third gear, and it just won't shift to fourth gear. So from now on, I think I'm just going to start in fourth gear, and just so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's a tough break when you're having transmission problems, especially here with this little short track coming up through the gears, and a restart could be a big benefit going down in towards turn one. But with you starting on fourth gear, do you think that's going to slow the pace on these restarts and kind of accordion guys up behind you, or do you think you're going to be able to accelerate along with them?
It might check them up a little bit, but I mean, since I've been checking them up pretty hard all day with going from third to neutral and pretty much just stopping in the middle of the track, the last 2 or 3 restarts, I think as long as I'm accelerating, it'll be better than what I've been doing.
I'm going to have to ask, is this a Fanatec shifter?
It is.
I'll get with you afterwards here, Brandon, but good luck the rest of the way, and try not to miss any more shifts out there.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so Brandon having a little bit of transmission problems with his Fanatec shifter. It's actually, Jarrett, a known issue with those shifters, but he'll pull back down pit road as I believe the lights on this iRacing pace car are back out.
Yeah, I think this Mustang may be a little bit broken here. I believe he's going to come down pit lane and see if he can get that fixed once and for all.
Well, you never know with that Ford Mustang product, but here he goes back down pit road, so it'd be Todd Cray, John Butler, Max Terriel, DJ Anderson now inside the top 5 for the first time. He'll restart there, 4th in the 51 M&M's car. Green flag back in the air, and we are racing on lap 103 here as Todd Cray goes down into turn 1, fighting for his life with that outside lane. Butler going to go up the track just a little bit. He is out of the groove, almost into the turn 2 exit wall, but Todd Cray is going to look in his mirror. He's going to look up, and he's going to see he's got a distance, and everybody is stacked up behind him side by side.
Yeah, just what Todd Cray wanted to see. Sean Butler really sent it into turn 1, went way up the track. As he's still fighting on it outside, he's door-to-door with Tim Blum as they come off of turn 2. And he's going to clear Blum, and he's going to go right after the 42 of Terriol coming into 3.
That little block also by the 88 to the 10. Oh, contact between the 42 and the 88 coming out of turn 4. The 88 gets into the left rear of the 42 of Max Terriol. They gather it up, though. They will stay green flag. Two of the top class drivers there between Terrill and Butler. So you know it wasn't an intentional thing, but here at the short track, not a lot of room to give, and we are back under yellow flag. It looks like that 62 Ethan Troutman has gone around and, a hard contact there with Kevin O'Brien after the 62 was pointed in the wrong direction. And now I believe there is smoke bellowing out of the back end of the 62 of Ethan Troutman. We didn't catch that one live, but we will go back and we will watch this one as everybody scatters down the backstretch yet to try and work around those cars. Let's go back and see what happened to Troutman. Let's go over the top from the blimp because it will show all as they are 3 wide down the front stretch. Let's see what happens once they go down into turn 1. Troutman goes high. It looks like a couple other guys going through the inside. Somebody's spinning behind Troutman, and then Troutman into the outside wall all by himself on exit of turn 2. He backs it in, and look at Kevin O'Brien. Nowhere for Kevin to go as that 184 car came in there in hard contact with the 62 of Troutman. So Troutman's day, which was bad to start with a tore-up Haas 62 car, and now just got worse. And what really kind of puts the icing on the cake, I'm sure, for Ethan Troutman is he's got fans out there watching tonight, Jarrett. They thought here at Martinsville Ethan Troutman was going to be one of the top contenders, and he is out here at the halfway point.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Ethan Troutman, but that's racing. Yeah, I mean, you always expect to have a good race, but it doesn't always turn out how you want it.
Yeah, so as Ethan Troutman is sitting down on pit road in that 62 car, let's see if we can get a word in with Ethan Troutman. Ethan, you got a copy? It's Roger and Jared here in the booth.
Yes, sir. I got a copy on you.
Well, we know it's not the way, Ethan, that you want to talk to us, as that 62 car is pretty mangled in the front end, pretty mangled up. I'm not sure. I think the only straight body panel might be the roof numbers at this point on that car. Tell us how the racing has been for you out there.
It's been pretty rough, pretty physical on my end. I just been caught in a couple bad places, and after some initial contact near the beginning, it's just been a handful since then. So I just been fighting it this whole time, and it beat me up right there.
Yeah, it looked like there was smoke bellowing out of that 62 Haas CNC machine. Are you going to be able to get back out there on track, or is the night here for the 62 camp pretty much done with?
I think I'll be able to limp around a little while, but it's probably on borrowed time now, though. So I'll just get what I can out of it and just get ready for next week.
It's unfortunate, but we do head to a little bit better of a track in your favor. We head to Auto Club next week, but before we let you go, we do got to tell you that Big Hayden's out there, and he's watching. He's a little bit disappointed right now.
Well, my bad, Hayden. I'm trying here, but yeah, next week's definitely more my style, my preference. I've had a rough 2 weeks here, so I'm ready to get back on track.
Well, Ethan, see if you can get that 62 back out there. Every point will matter towards the end of the season, as that iRacing pace car has got the lights off again. Jared, it should head back towards pit road to see if you can get them fixed once again here. And, well, we're going to go back green flag racing with 90 laps to go.
Yeah, just over the halfway mark here. Great racing so far. I expect nothing less as they come get this green flag.
Yeah, to be Todd Cray still out front this time, though. Put Max Terriault there second, Sean Butler in third. That's how they've switched the positions. The 51 of Anderson still sitting there in fifth, as there's the green flag. But this time, Max Terriault got a really good restart on the outside, and I think he's going to clear that 22 as the 22 fights back to the inside. But now look at the drive off turn number 2. Now the 42 is going to try and set sail as he's going to trap his partner back there, Sean Butler, behind the 22, but he goes down into 3. He gets a little bit loose. Look at Butler! Butler into the inside wall.
And we stay green. Butler losing a bunch of positions. That might hurt the handling in that car. He hit that wall pretty hard. But it's the 42 of Terriault out front with the 22 of Todd Craig giving chase as they come down the front stretch.
Yeah, Max Terriault out front, Todd Cray in second, but right now the handling on the 88. Getting reports as it is not. As Rothrock smacks the outside wall and almost goes into the door panel there on the 88. The 88 at this point looks a little bit tight, not being quite to the liking that it was before Butler came off the corner and smacked the inside wall of that mayonnaise car. Not going to be able to handle the way it was, as there you see him push a little bit off the corner. He's going to slide up in front of Rothrock. Now Holyfield going to come to the inside here on that 84 car, trying to get the Kodiak car. Look at Butler. He's way up the track. That car is definitely not up to snuff. Something has definitely gone wrong with the 88 of Sean Butler here.
Yeah, tough break for the 88 of Sean Butler. Pretty much a dominant car this whole first half of the race. Just a little slip. That's how quick things can happen here in Martinsville. As he's just fighting to stay in the top 15 right now. Meanwhile, still out front is the 42 of Terriol with the 22 of Cray behind him, and here comes the 10 of Tim Blum trying to find his way around the 22 of Cray.
Yeah, remember that that 22 of Todd Cray. He's been out there the longest. 44 laps on his tires. He thought track position over new tires was the way to be. Right now, he's proven that he's still able to hang up here with the big boys. As here comes the 10 of Tim Blum. 4 fresh tires will always, here at Martinsville, most likely be able to drive underneath somebody. As there you saw Todd Cray just kind of give up the position. He knew there was a big gap between Tim Blum and DJ Anderson down before they got to the corner, so he elected to give the position up, slot back into third, and now hope that the tires here for the rest of the leaders kind of all equal out. But they are battling back here, I believe. And then we were a little bit too close there on that as it's back here with James Skelton. No, and Patrick Orr make contact down there in turn 3.
Yeah, Patrick Orr about to give up another position to the 01 of Murdoch. As they come off of turn 2, Orr not able to retaliate against Murdoch. As Murdoch sets his sights on the 86 of Skelton as they come off of turn 4.
Yeah, so right now everybody is single filed out here. They are trying to conserve just a little bit of what they can. I believe the yellow flag is back out. I'm not sure where this one is on track. Don't believe we have a confirmation of where that yellow is.
I think the 2 of Buckley was involved in it.
Well, we're back here and see if Josh Buckley is involved in this one. It actually, it does involve Buckley. It's just, looks like something maybe broke on the number 2 going down to the corner. We'll watch here from our handy-dandy overhead blimp cam to show us exactly what happened. We'll zoom it in just a little bit for you here as Buckley into the outside wall, and then I think something may have broke there as the car makes a left-hand turn before turn 1. Jesse Fox hitting hard on the brakes there to try and stay out of the number 2 of Buckley. As there you see Buckley trying to save it, and then around he goes. Unfortunately going to wrap up James Durr also in that. Buckley not having a good night, and James Durr's night just went from bad to worse too.
Interesting turn of events here. Sean Butler did not go down pit road. It looked like he was about to, and then all of a sudden darted off back onto the track as he's going to come down pit road now.
Yeah, I think Sean Butler may have been staying out to lead one more lap, so he'll now come down pit road, and actually he's going to drag Ira Kohlhaas down along with him. Both those drivers were staying out there. Kyle Souza also coming down pit road, so that should turn the lead back over once it cycles through to the number 42 of Max Terriol. Going to be Terriol and Todd Cray back to 1 and 2 here on the boards. Well, let's see if we can get a word in quick here, Jarrett, with the driver of this number 2 Red's Wicked Apple Ale Machine. Josh, you got a copy? It's Roger and Jarrett here in the booth.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, you're giggling. You already know the question that is coming here, my friend. What happened going down the front stretch?
I don't even know. A little bit of loose, just trying to not get into the guy in front of me because I know I'm laps down, but I don't know. It's hard because everyone's racing different and just trying to figure out the different things, and I lost it. As simple as that.
Lost it. That car looks pretty tore up. You are right now sitting at 13 laps down, and you are down pit road once again. Is this the end of the Tuesday night, or are you going to be able to get back out there and possibly try and gain a couple positions yet?
That was the plan to begin with, already being the laps down that I was, up to 28th. So I'm hopeful 6 minutes of repair, so we'll see. But I plan to get back out there unless this thing is an absolute train wreck. So.
Well, Josh, it doesn't look good here from up in the booth, so maybe it looks better from behind the wheel. But you don't have anything left straight on that car.
It's not been the night I wanted, that's for definitely sure. I apologize to the guys. I know I started the whole night. It wasn't, once we got like 20 laps in, just ruined. Had the yellow flag, everything like that, but pace car is going back, so I'll just let you guys get back at it.
All right, well, there you heard it from the driver of the number 2. Going to sit on pit road for a little bit, but we're back to green flag and racing right there. The 42 and the 22 out front here at Martinsville, and they're going to race down into turn 1 because they got some heated competition just behind them with the 10 and the 01. As they come out of turn 2, that outside there, Todd Cray looked like he got a really good run out of 2. He'll take the lead down into 4, but he's going to leave that, or 3, he's going to leave the inside lane open there. As now he'll accelerate, and I think this time he will end up clearing that 42 there. So Todd Cray to the point here at Martinsville.
Yeah, Todd Cray making an outside work as 42 Terrell is under fire from the 10 of Blum. As they come down to turn 3, Blum gets a really good run on him, has to check out as the 22 of Cray goes up the track as they come off of turn 4, but he's going to lead another lap here.
Yeah, he'll lead another lap, and the charge is on. Here comes Eric Johnson in that 33. Remember, Johnson has been off sequence here with your leaders for most of the night. As, oh, look at Murdoch. Murdoch was hanging on to the 01 machine. He's back there battling with Jeff Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth now up into the top 5 as he's going to put Murdoch to the outside. Now can DJ Anderson capitalize? He will not be able to. Murdoch going to go down there. He's going to protect the inside lane. Right behind them, it looks like you got James Skelton, and then behind that, there's the Patrick Orr and the newcomer of Nathan Mower back there, battling to stay inside the top 10. Patrick Orr is trying everything he can do here with it. We're calling it a really sweet Carolina 81 paint job on that Toyota.
Yeah, he's still working it inside on the 971. Just can't quite clear him as they come off of turn 2. Still can't quite clear him as here comes the 999 of Dustin Gainey as he came back from a couple laps down, I believe, back on the lead lap in the 12th position.
Yeah, I believe Dustin was actually 2 laps down at one point. He was the first car to go a lap down here tonight at Martinsville, and he has some rear end damage, and now he is battled all the way back to the 11th position, and he's going to try and look to see if he can get back on the lead lap. Right behind him is going to be the number 11 of Leo Bordage. Remember, Leo has gone around once here tonight, and he was actually 2 laps down also in the number 11 car. He's now looking to the inside of Nathan. He's looking to see if he can take the 12th position, and right behind him, then it's going to be Joe Strano. So right now, Nathan on the outside, and a freight train could be coming his way here.
Yeah, he's going to want to try and get down to that low line as quick as he can, but it doesn't look like he's going to have any breathing room right now as the laps continue to tick off here. We're almost 3/4 of the way through this race. And here comes the 43 of Joe Strano. Oh, and Maurer gets down in the low line, then slides up the track in front of Strano. Everybody keep it under control and we stay green.
Yeah, right now, looking at the lap counter, the 22 of Todd Cray is out front. He has led 28 laps here tonight. And Jarrett, I believe from this point on, if we don't have a yellow, everybody can make it on fuel here. But will the tires hold up for 68 more laps?
Yeah, that's going to be the question, I think, on all these drivers' minds. As Tim Blum is all over the back of the 42 of Terrell as they come through 3 and 4, running a little bit different lines. Tim Blum running a little bit lower than Terrell, but still can't quite make the move.
Yeah, as everybody right now is pretty much single filed out. Nobody is really trying too hard here. Everybody just trying to log laps to get back towards the or a little bit closer to the end of the race here. John Butler, though, remember Butler led the most laps so far. He's slotted with 88 laps led with that Hellman's car. As the 4 of Kyle Souza's looking to the inside. You can tell there's something definitely not right with the 88 of Sean Butler as he is back here trying to stay on the lead lap right now. He has actually shown about 11 seconds behind your leader of Todd Cray. So just that slide off turn 4 and into the inside wall knocked maybe the toe, maybe the camber out of that 88, and now it just won't turn.
Yeah, he's about a half a second a lap slower than our leader, Todd Cray. That's a tough break for the 88 of Butler. Had a real strong car. But that's also racing, Roger. That happens sometimes.
And sometimes that happens, just like Todd Cray, as that lead has started to evaporate because Max Terriot, Tim Blum, who has been battling real hard, has now caught back up to that 22 of Cray, and now Cray's going to actually start to get into lap traffic. That's the 39 of Phillips right in front of your leaders. Phillips going to go up the track and try and get out of the way. Oh, look at the 42 of Terriot got sideways off turn number 2 trying to get around that lap down car. He gathered it up, and he actually stays right there. Maybe lost about a car length and a half to your leader of Todd Cray. But right now, he's staying right there, and it's a 3-car breakaway over Eric Johnson. Right now, they have about a second and a half over the Johnson machine.
Yeah, great driving by the 42 of Terrell. Keep that car under control. He was pretty sideways as they came off the turn 2. But right now, he's got a mirror full of the 10 of Tim Blum. As another lap clicks off here, and the 42 of Terriol and the 10 of Blum are trying to catch back up to the back of Todd Gray.
Todd Gray's just trying to run away and be very smooth here. He had a quick lap in qualifying and now finds himself out front here. 60 laps to go, but he's got that Ford Mustang breathing down his neck. He is not being able to run away. 2 car length. You can see it shrink down into the corners. The 42 looks like he can get into the corner and roll the center better, but then that 22 accelerates. That time, though, the 42 got a really good run off the corner. He's going to close the gap even more.
Yeah, as the 42 of Terriol slide up the track just a little bit, losing a little time to the 22 of Cray. But it looks like he's starting to bring that gap back down as they come off of turn 2, going down to 3.
Yeah, it shrinks ever so slightly. Maybe an inch a lap, 2 inches a lap is a big gain here at Martinsville. You don't have to close and gain 20 seconds or, 10 car lengths, an inch and a half, 2 inches is a lot here. That 42 is just sitting there, stalking the 22, clocks by Christopher Machine of Todd Cray. 56 laps this time, or coming to get this time by, and there's Robert Dudley out in front of your leader of Todd Cray. It was Ryan O'Danny right now. O'Danny in that 98 car is 3 laps down, just out there trying to continue to make laps, but Robert Dudley is still sitting on the lead lap, and he wants to stay there. He's got a pretty tore-up ALS car, but he's out there still turning pretty good laps. He just doesn't seem to have quite the power to put down in that 49 machine anymore.
That 49 machine is pretty beat up. It's just a matter of time till you got the leaders coming by him. But like you said, Roger, he's still in the lead lap, and he's not going to want to lose that, so we'll see how hard he actually fights here.
And there you can see, a car spinning out of turn number 4. That'll put us back under yellow. That looks like that is the Jesse Fox 969 machine. I think he just went around all by himself, so a single car spin here going to put us back under yellow. Let's throw it back and take a quick look. Jesse Fox was running in that 25th position at the time of yellow. He knew the leaders were coming. There you see the leaders just in the background, so he was trying to push that 969 car as hard as he could. Let's watch as he comes out of turn number 4. What happens to Jesse Fox as Jesse locks up the left front tire going into turn 3. And then there it comes. The rear end just comes around and no contact with the inside wall. His car looks pretty good, but he's going to go another lap down. All your leaders down pit road. Todd Cray almost made a mistake, almost missed his pit stall down on pit road, but he throws her in there. He'll get right side tires right now. Going to be a 4-tire stop for the Todd Cray machine. Max Terriot also 4 tires on his car. Eric Johnson with 4 tires. Tim Blum with 4 tires. And I believe the 42 is going to win the race off pit road.
42 wins the race off pit road as he hit that cone pretty hard all the way out into turn 2. I'm not going to have to go get that, am I, Roger?
Yeah, Jarrett, we're going to need you to go down there. And while you're down there, they have a great hot dog stand down there in the infield. If you could stop down there and get 2 Martinsville dogs, bring them back up here. We'd appreciate that. But I got some bad news for you also, Jarrett, while you're going to pick up that cone. We know you still have your headset on listening to us run down there. The 33 of Eric Johnson hit that commitment cone, or exit commitment cone. He is going to have to go to the tail of the longest line for an unsafe pit exit. So Johnson came out there 3rd out of pit road, but he will start tail end of the longest line. And that is a big penalty here with only 50 laps to go here at Martinsville. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time to come back through the field, but this is how we're going to re-rack him and restack him here. Max Terriot out front. Todd Cray in 2nd. Tim Blum in 3rd. Jeff Hollingsworth just slowly creeping his way up through the field. Right now he's running 4th. Richard Murdoch's been hanging inside the top 10, right around actually where Jeff Hollingsworth has been all night long, and he's going to restart 5th. DJ Anderson going to restart there in your 6th spot. Patrick Orr is 7th. Michael Trevathan going to restart 8th. 9th position going to be the 86 of James Skelton. Then it's going to be Dustin Gainey restarting in the 10th position. What can you say about Dustin Gainey here tonight? That car, he's just been trying to scratch and claw his way all night long here at Martinsville. And right now, at the end of the race, when he needs to have a solid starting position on a restart. He's got it. He's going to restart in the 10th spot. But the iRacing pace car lights are out. And it will make the left-hand turn to go back down there to make sure Jarrett's all right, getting probably a long line at the hot dog stand. But here we go. The 22 going to restart to the inside. Max Terriel's going to restart to the outside. Green flag is in the air. It was a long wait to get back to the pedal, but a good restart by your front row here as they go down into turn 1. But I think the 42 has the momentum built to the outside. Slips a little bit, but I think he'll have the run. Here comes Todd Gray, actually. He got a really good exit out of...
And as they come down to turn 3, they are door to door as they come off turn 4, but Terriel getting the run on the outside. And it looks like he's going to be able to clear the 22 of Todd Cray. Nope, doesn't quite take the line away from Todd Cray. Left the door open a little bit. But as they come down the backstretch, come down to turn 3, now Terriel will clear Todd Cray and take the lead as they come off of 4.
Yeah, your top 4 have now single filed out. You have to look at the 5th position for the battle. It's DJ Anderson who has the position, but he's on the outside. Here comes Richard Murdoch looking to the inside. Murdoch's going to take the position now. Michael Trevathan going to look. He's not going to be able to. DJ Anderson going to fall in line there in that 6th position, but he's up the track just a little bit. Look at Patrick Orr right behind them. He's up the track. James Skelton sneaks by, takes the position. Here comes Dustin Gainey now looking for the 9th position. He's got the inside lane there in the blue Dirty Mo 99 car. And coming out of turn 2, he's going to have it. That means Patrick Orr sliding backwards here on this restart. Leo Bordage, though, he's still trying to make his way back to the front. He's up the track, and he's into the door to the 930. Gann gonna go around and nowhere, just gonna wad him up here out of turn 4. So back under yellow here at Martinsville. Let's take a quick gander and see what we can see. It was the 11 of Leo Bordage and the 930 of Dustin Gann battling down here into the corner. There you see the 11 up the track into the door of the 930, and then it just kind of wads them all up. Here it comes Christopher Rothrock, Robert Dudley, Joe Strano also involved in that. So 5-car incident if you think back to the 11 of Leo Bordage. And nowhere for Joe Strano to go as he wrapped up that 20 car into that. Let's take it back. Let's see if we can go from the nose of the 43. You're looking at the bumper cam for Joe Strano that we have strapped there. You see it all unfold. He hits the brakes. Just can't get it wound up here at Martinsville. Joe Strano going to get involved in his 43 machine here tonight. So that takes the hood off the 43. That's not how Joe Strano wanted to, is see him still out there, Jarrett, but now going to have a lot of damage.
Yeah, tough break for the 43 of Strano. As there was a little bit of gamesmanship on pit road. Terriel staying out. Todd Cray looked like he was going to go down pit road and then at the last second ducked back out in the track. So it looks like all the leaders going to stay out here on this caution.
It looks like Ed Jones going to get his lap back here with 42 laps to go. So that will give us 22 cars back to the lead lap. 2 drivers have loaded it up here tonight. The Kevin O'Brien machine loaded up. He'll be slotted with a 31st place finish. And the 59 of Bruce Potter going to head to the shop here with that car. So 2 drivers out. Josh Buckley still sitting out there on the racetrack. He is right now 31 laps down, sitting in your 30th spot. But Jarrett, he said he was going to try and get back out there and gain as many positions as he could. Right now, Ethan Troutman is actually back out on pit road also, and that's who Josh Buckley is trying to catch. There's a 4-lap difference between those two. But I think Ethan Troutman, if he can just kind of milk it around here, I don't know if Josh Buckley could pick up 4 laps on that Troutman machine.
Yeah, that's going to be tough if Troutman just keeps turning laps. Minimum speed, keeps turning laps. As the 88 of Sean Butler is down pit road again. Still trying to get that machine fixed. But going to be tough for Sean to make his way back up through the pack.
As the lights in the iRacing pace car go back out as Sean Butler's down pit road, he's trying to get back out. It looks like the jack will drop on the 88 and he'll get back out, but he will be the last car now on your lead lap. Looks like Justin Gann actually was down pit road with him, so Sean Butler and Gann will restart at the tail end of the field here. But they got a long way to go as the iRacing pace car ducks down and away. So we're going to turn them loose here with 39 laps to go. And Jared, I don't think we're done seeing that iRacing pace car here tonight.
Yeah, I don't think so either, as they get the green flag, and Terrio and Cray are door to door, and Blum gives Cray a shot. Oh, there goes Johan of Murdoch around.
Murdoch going to go around, and it's going to collect a bunch of them here coming out of turn 2. Nowhere to go for a lot of these guys, and it's going to wad them up. Joe Strano's night just got a whole lot worse as he was wrapped up in that. I think the whole front end now is tore off of that car, and I believe that's Michael Trevarthen there in the 931 car. He's also going to go around, so the accordion effect, the little bumper here down in the corner, going to throw us back under the yellow flag, and let's take a look back at that, because that one had could have been worse than it was at the front of the field here. There you see him go down into the corner. It looks like, oh, Murdoch gets back to the throttle and then gets tagged by the 930 of Trevarthen. And then he goes around, and I believe that's Ira Kohlhaas also in the Bromley Machines sponsored car. He also got involved in that, the 969. It looks like that is Ryan O'Danny. Just kind of coming to a complete stop there. Doesn't really get involved. Let's throw her back one more time here as we see if we can back on this restart. Let's ride on board here with our gyro camera from the Richard Murdoch machine. You heard it barely went back to the throttle, got tagged, and around he went, and then he's staring at the field as they all come storming at him out of turn number 2. Good wreck avoidance by a lot of these guys as Richard Murdoch and a whole bunch of others were sitting there completely sideways on the backstretch. So Murdoch going to go from inside the top 5 to right now sitting towards the back with Sean Butler, as a lot of your leaders are going to stay out here. So Murdoch actually one of those guys that elected to stay out for the time being. Let's see if he brings down the 01 machine this time, or if he's going to stay out. That looks like he's going to stay out there with those tires on the 01 and see if he can work his way back up through. So it's an interesting strategy call here by Richard Murdoch. What do you say, Jarrett? What do you say we dial up the driver of that 01 car real quick and see if we can get his take on that? Richard Murdoch got a copy. It's Jared and Roger here in the booth.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, my friend, you got spun around there, and now you're sitting back in the 17th spot. It's a long way to the front on those old tires. Are you going to be able to make it work here with, probably 32 laps when we go green?
I'm going to do my best. I kind of wish I'd have pitted there. I didn't realize how far back I fell, but I'll just try and stick to the inside, stay out of trouble, and see what I can do here.
Yeah, how's the track out there?
The track's not bad. It's not too slick. You definitely have to use a lot of brake control. If you brake too hard, you're definitely going to slide around, but it's tight.
Well, it's tight, but I believe we're going green flag racing here. Richard, so good luck. Try and keep the 01 out of the fence here as we are going to re-rack and restack them. It'll be Max Terrill, Todd Cray, Tim Plum, and Jeff Hollingsworth. And hey, here we go back. Green flag racing. 33 laps actually left here in this one when we take the green flag. And look at that. A pretty good start at the front of the field here as they're going to head down into turn 1. Oh, the 51 is going around. DJ Anderson getting tagged here down into turn 1. And oh, Joe Strano nowhere to go. Well, cautions breed cautions. We've seen that happen twice now. We're down into corner 1. Now we've seen 2 people get tagged, and that's going to bring the caution right back out. DJ Anderson on the restart. Nowhere, or none of his fault down into turn 1. I believe that was the 81 of Patrick Ford who got into the back of him. Let's go from overhead here. You're watching the 51 M&M's car down into turn number 1. Let's see what we can see. Looked like a pretty good start for that inside lane. Oh, or just goes in there just a little harder, a little bit farther than the 51 of DJ Anderson. Joe Strano nowhere to go as he's stuck on the bottom. Then a bunch of other ones come piling in there. It looks like Ryan O'Danny also getting involved in that. And I'm not sure, was that Jesse Fox? It was not Jesse Fox that was involved back there, but a couple other drivers getting wrapped up in that one. Well, Jarrett, we were right with the we weren't going to see, that wasn't the last time we were going to see the pace car here tonight.
Yeah, we still might not be done. I mean, I hope so, but things are getting a little testy here as these laps wind down.
I believe involved in that wreck was also the 997 of Lee Bedso. But right now, it's Todd Cray. He actually was scored as your leader when the time of caution came out, so he scored number 1. Then it's Max Terriot, Tim Blum, Jeff Hollingsworth, James Skelton, Nathan Mauer there sitting in the 6th position. Patrick Orr is 7th, Dustin Gainey is 8th, Eric Johnson is back to 9th after his pit road penalty, so making spots up as he can, and that car looks pretty clean, yet Ira Koolhaas sitting there in the 10th position. Leo Bordage is 11th, Brandon Minto is 12th, Ron Holyfield is sitting there 13th, Dustin Gann is sitting there 14th, Richard Murdoch is 15th, and I believe Murdoch, I was just about to say that Murdoch actually came down pit road, as remember he said, Jared, he made a mistake, and if he would have known he was that far back when he came down to put 4 fresh ones on, he's actually stayed out there. Right now he's shown in your 15th spot. E.J. Jones is 16th, Joe Strano is 17th, DJ Anderson will restart back in the 18th position with 4 fresh tires, and Sean Butler, I think, is back down pit road, but he's on the lead lap at 19th. Then it's Kyle Souza and Lee Bedso also on the lead lap right now. So still got 21 cars, Jarrett, with 28 laps to go.
Yeah, still some racing to go. But a lot of the last few laps have been under caution. So looking for them to clean it up and get this race in the rest of the way under green.
So right now, Garrett, I'm gonna ask, do you think the 22 of Todd Cray has what he needs here to hold off that 42? Or how about Tim Blum? He's sitting there in the 3rd position, and Hollingsworth also has just kind of been creeping back there in 4th.
I think the 42 of Terriot is a little bit better than the 22 of Cray. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out in these last, 26 laps?
Well, it's going to be 26 laps to go here from Martinsville as that iRacing pace car takes it to the infield once again. So it'll be 26 laps to go, and there's the green flag. Up through the gears they come. The 10 got a good restart there, but nowhere to go because he couldn't go to the inside of the 42, but down into turn 1 they go. It's going to be the 22 to the outside, Todd Cray. He gets a good exit off too, but he wiggles a little bit. Here comes that 42 back to the inside as they go down into turn 3.
42 of Terriot.
81, Patrick Orr is going to go around as I believe he comes to a rest on the inside there. I don't think it's going to bring out a yellow just yet. Can he get it fired back into the right direction? We'll find out, but the 22 still to the outside of the 42. Max Terriot going to go to the lead.
Terriot can't get rid of the 22 of Cray. Cray's still running that outside. But it looks like Terriot's going to be able to clear Cray. But here comes the 10 of Tim Blum to the inside of Cray for that 2nd position.
Yeah, here comes Tim Blum in that hot sauce. Number 10 is contact with the outside wall there out of turn number 2 for Todd Cray. Tim Blum was right there and also got into it just a little bit. But Cray to the outside. He's not going to be able to put the power down that time off turn 4. Now it'll be the 10 of Tim Blum. He's going to set his eyes forward on that 42 of Terriot. 23 laps to go here from Martinsville.
Tim Blum moving into that 2nd position. Can he do anything with it? Can he get to the back bumper of the 42 of Terriot? Is Terriot trying to run away from this pack behind him as he leads another lap as they go into turn 1?
Yeah, well, you're looking off the front bumper cam here of the number 10 of Tim Blum, looking at that 42, just start to inch away here. As you see now, Blum up the track just a little bit, trying to get a little more rotation out of that number 10 hot sauce machine. As Todd Cray into the outside wall off turn number 4, he banks that 22, clocks by Christopher Machine off the wall, but he's slotted in 3rd, and he keeps it pointed in the right direction. Patrick Orr coming back out onto the track with the 81 machine after coming back down pit road. He has now shown 4 laps out in the 24th position.
As Terriot's continue to lead and we're under caution. Looks like the 995 of EJ Jones has backed her into the wall here in turn 3.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a favorable position, the way that 995 is backed into the outside wall. Let's take a quick look back here. He was battling right inside, I believe, the top 15 as he was 13th at the time of this one. Let's see as he goes down into the corner what happens with EJ Jones. I believe it happens down in turn 4 here, turn 3 and 4. As, maybe a little bit of retaliation there. The 81 of Patrick Orr waiting for the driver of the 995 of EJ Jones. We're going to have to throw it back and watch that one more time. Jarrett, I think tempers are starting to flare here from Martinsville. I think we just saw it there between those two drivers.
Yeah, tempers are getting a little high here as these laps wind down, inside 20 laps to go. And might see Patrick Orr called to the trailer after this race.
Yeah, so Patrick Orr going to tag EJ Jones after coming out of pit road and waiting for him down in the backstretch. The EJ Jones machine backing her into the fence, and I'm not sure that's exactly what he wanted to do, but that's what happened here, and that puts us under caution with less than 20 laps to go. It's Max Terrill, Tim Blum, Todd Cray, Jeff Hollingsworth, James Skelton, Nathan Mower. Is it Mauer or Mower?
I believe it's Mauer.
Well, it's Mauer power, I guess it is there for the 971 of Nathan. Sitting right behind him, that's got to be the comeback story of the race so far. The 999 here of Dustin Gainey inside the top 10, in 7th, battled from 2 laps back to sitting 7th. Ira Kohlhaas was a lap down at one point, and now he sits there in the 8th position. Eric Johnson, after getting the tail end of the longest line, is inside the top 10. And Leo Borge, also one of those stories that were laps down. He spun that Procore car around, and now he's sitting in the 10th position. But I'm looking at this number 51. DJ Anderson right now has the freshest tires out there on the lead lap, other than, well, Kyle Souza, who's buried way back in the 20th position, and Sean Butler's back there also. Butler back down pit road yet again. He's been down pit road now tonight, Jarrett, 11 times.
Yeah, he's been fixing that car little by little. Not a whole lot of time to be spending on pit road, this very short paperclip style track. But I've been keeping an eye on his lap times. He's been getting faster and faster, getting close to those leader lap times, but I think it's too little too late for Sean Butler.
As the lights on the pace car out, though, we're going to go racing here with 15 laps to go from the paperclip. Max Terrill, Tim Blum going to battle it off down into turn number 1. Waiting on the green flag, waiting. Green flag is out, and a checkup by the leaders. That's going to stack the field up as they go down towards turn 1, and it's going to be side by side for the lead.
Yeah, Tim Blum and Terrill side by side as Terrill not going to be able, he's going to be able to clear Tim Blum as they come down the backstretch into 3. But here comes the 22 of Todd Cray, not allowing Tim Blum to get to that inside line as they are door-to-door for second place going into 1.
Yeah, 14 laps to go, and the battle is for the second position. The Todd Cray Fox by Christopher machine is to the inside. And the hot sauce man on the outside trying to bring the hotness into this one. Can he rebound here and get back to the inside as Todd Cray's going to get around him? And I believe we're back under yellow flag conditions. I'm not sure Ethan Troutman might be involved in this one. Maybe Ryan O'Danny also. We'll have to go back. I didn't exactly see or catch who it was, but Garrett, this is going to throw us under caution with, I believe we'll go back racing with under 10 laps to go.
Yeah, it's going to be about an 8 or 9 lap shootout here to the finish of this one as we are back under caution.
It actually is Jesse Fox went around and Ryan O'Danny with nowhere to go. We didn't see Jesse Fox way out in front of this camera shot here. We'll throw it back one more time and see what happened to Jesse Fox as he was on the outside. Oh, contact! I'm not exactly sure. Was that Lee Bedso, I believe? As it was, the 997 getting into the quarter panel. Throw it back one more time here. There you see Jesse Fox to the outside. Bedso drives it in a little hard, and then into the quarter panel he goes. Jesse Fox ends up turning her around. Ryan O'Danny making contact, nowhere to go for the driver of that 98 car. That'll put us back under yellow, and once again, Jarrett, your leaders are going to stay out there.
Yeah, these leaders playing the track position game right now. But nobody's really going to lose anything. Well, Terriel's not going to lose anything as long as everybody stays behind him. But should be interesting to the finish.
Well, with 11 laps to go here, we're going to wet the old whistle quick, and we'll be back here to Martinsville to bring you the end of the Red Light Scrambler series here at the Paperclip.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
As the iRacing pace car's out of the way here, 8 laps to go here on this restart. It'll be Max Terriel to the inside and Todd Gray on the outside. A great start by that 22 as they head back down towards turn 1. It's side by side for the lead.
As they come off of turn 2, they're still door-to-door for the lead. Terriel with that inside, but Cray nosing ahead on the outside. As they go back about even, Terriel gonna stick his nose out in front, but Cray getting the run on the outside. Still not letting Terriel get away.
At the line, it was Max Terriel with 7 to go. Todd Gray trying to make the outside work. He's not going to be able to. He's going to lose the ground here out of turn number 2. Terriel to the inside. Gray on the outside as Gray locks up the left front tire down into 3. That's going to open up the door for the 10 of Tim Blum. Can he get to the inside? 6 laps to go here at Martinsville.
Tim Blum door-to-door with Cray as they come through turns 1 and 2. Can Tim Blum make that inside work as... Oh, what was that? The 99 of Hollingsworth was sideways coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, Hollingsworth may have got a little help there from the 33 of Eric Johnson. Remember, Johnson's got the fresher tires out of everybody. He is now sitting there in the 4th position after battling back from the back of the field here with 5 laps to go, though, here in Martinsville. It is now Max Terriel, Tim Blum, Todd Cray out front here, your top 3.
Yeah, Terriel starting to try and open up a little gap on Tim Blum as Tim Blum gets a little sideways coming off of turn 2. Trying to get that drive. And here comes the 33 of Johnson trying to work his way up. I think it's going to be a little too late for Johnson as Terriel still leads.
This time at the line as, Max Terriel bounces it off turn 4 exit wall. 3 laps to go here from Martinsville. And Tim Blum is there. He has officially closed the gap. He is about a car length and a half as he slips off turn number 2.
Tim Blum trying to get everything out of that car he can. As they come off of turn 4, Eric Johnson goes way up the track coming off of 4.
Popsicle sticks in the air this time. Buys were under. Caution flag. It looks like the 39 of Phillips is going around here, and that's going to lead us into a green-white checker. The 39 of Brian Phillips going around here as we're going to throw it back here on this replay. It's not what Max Terriel wanted to see. He wanted to see it go to the end. There you see Phillips down into corner number 3. Looks like Lee Betzel just locks up the left front, up the track he goes. He's going to grab a piece of... I'm not sure who that was, actually, that he grabbed a piece of. I believe it was the Rothrock machine getting involved in there also, but Phillips going to go around here, and that puts us back under caution, and a green-white checker is probably not what Max Terriel wanted here, because that's going to line Todd Cray back up now on the inside. with a chance here. And all you ask for when we come to a short track is to have a chance.
Yeah, and Tim Blum's going to be on the outside. We have seen that outside lane work, and they can pretty much stick with him for about 2 laps, which is what we're going to get here with the green-white checkered. So maybe Tim Blum can make something happen on that outside.
Yeah, so it's going to be Terrill, Blum, Cray, Johnson, Skelton, your top 5. Then it's going to be Hollingsworth, Murdoch, Gainey, Anderson, and Mauer Power is going to restart theirs in 10th. That's your top 10 here. That's going to take the restart here on our green-white checkered. Garrett, I don't know what to expect here once we take the green flag.
Yeah, it's going to be a crapshoot. I mean, you got Cray right behind Terrill. He could give him the old chrome horn, move him out of the way. Who knows what's going to happen here, Roger?
We could possibly even see a Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin, or maybe a Martin Truex and Joey Logano. You kind of get the determining factor there was Joey Logano.
Yeah, he seems to be involved in every little altercation here at these short tracks. Makes you wonder.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, but hey, I'm up here in the booth, and you brought me this hot dog, so I don't have to worry about going down on pit road after this race to really see what's happening between these guys. We can tell you, though, that number 2 of Josh Buckley has loaded up that Red's Apple Ale machine. He is going to be finishing tonight in your 30th position. He wasn't able to gain any positions like he was hoping to. So a 30th place finish for the number 2 of Josh Buckley is really going to hurt him in the points, along with Kevin O'Brien and Bruce Potter. Remember, both those drivers have been off the racing surface here for quite a while as they loaded up early. As the lights go out, Jarrett, it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, they line them up 2 by 2. It'll be Terry on the inside, Blum on the outside with Cray, and Eric Johnson with the freshest tires out of those 4. This is going to be an interesting finish.
Some pace car ducks it down on the pit road. 3 laps on the board when they take the green flag. Here to be 2 laps to go here at Martinsville, and there's the green flag, and it's going to be the 10 of Tim Blum trying to battle to the outside. He didn't get a good start, though, so here comes that 22. Todd Cray going to look to the inside here off turn 2.
Yeah, Todd Cray looking to the inside, but didn't get a good drive coming off of turn 2. As Tim Blum's still trying that outside. He's still trying to get to that rear quarter panel of Terrill, but here comes the 22 of Cray.
Todd Cray as they take the white flag. This will be the final lap here at Martinsville. It is Max Terrill out front. Todd Cray and Tim Blum side by side for the 2nd and 3rd position. Who's going to come around? Sideways is a bunch of drivers. The 99, the 999s is around, but coming out of turn 4 for the final time, it's going to be Max Terrill, Tim Blum, and I believe it's going to be a scuffle there as they're all piling in coming out of turn number 4, but it'll be Eric Johnson battling back for a 3rd place finish. James Skelton there 4th. Jeff Hollingsworth is 5th. Richard Murdoch is 6th. And then it's DJ Anderson right there finishing 7th. Brandon Minto, Ira Kohlhaas, and Justin Gann, your top 10. A look back on the timing and scoring there and see as everybody is still a rest on the inside there.
Todd Cray went from 2nd to 13th as he slid off of turn 4 into the inside wall. Tough break for Todd Cray.
Yeah, let's take a look back here on this replay here and how this all worked out. As you see Todd Cray coming down the backstretch, you see all the hecticness go on back there with Nathan Bauer. And then this off turn 4 for Todd Cray as he battled for the 2nd position. He goes up the track, and then he's just a sitting duck at this point. Look at them all pile in behind him. And then I'm not sure, I think there might have been a little net code there that kind of flipped Todd Cray across the start-finish line. He's going to come home in the 13th position. I know that's not where he wanted to come home, but I know this is exactly what the 42 of Max Terrill wanted to see here tonight as he wins here tonight at Martinsville. So he is your winner here from Martinsville, and we're going to step away and see if we can pull a couple of these guys in here and hear how tonight's race ended up. And welcome back here to the Paperclip. You just watched the Red Light Scrambler series, and boy, did these guys have to scramble through a couple incidents out there on the racetrack here tonight, and probably somebody who couldn't have done it any better. I've caught up with him. It's the man of the 33 of Eric Johnson. Eric, you come home in the third position, but you really had to work for this one. What happened on that one pit stop that sent you to the back?
I had a couple mistakes. I pitted and nobody else followed me, so I had to start in the rear. And then a couple pit stops after that, I got a unsafe pit exit. I hit the cone and I had to go to the back, work my way back up to the front again.
And you did a pretty good job as that Dirty Mo 33 looks pretty clean on the front nose. It doesn't look like you had to use the bumper here tonight at Martinsville like we've seen a couple guys using as they work their way through the field.
Yeah, I got into somebody once by accident. They checked up and I couldn't get it woed up in time, and he almost went around, but that's about it.
Yeah, but otherwise, the car looks pretty good. It looks like somebody might have been into the back of you. Tell us about the racing out there on track. It was a pretty cool day, actually, for the track temp here at the end of the race. It was 80 degrees, but it seemed like a lot of guys' tempers here at the short track started to flare at the end of this one.
Yeah, on the long runs, my car was doing pretty good. It seemed like I could be a top 5 car, and then just those cautions came up and just trying to stay out of trouble and not get anybody pissed off at you, you know?
That's always good to try and, stay neutral out there on track. But Eric, you've passed the most cars here tonight as you drove your way to the front and fell to the back and drove your way back to the front here tonight. So a good run for the Dirty Mo Radio 33 here of Eric Johnson. Eric, before we step away, we're going to hand you the mic. Who do you got to thank for parking the Dirty Mo car here in third?
I thank you guys for the broadcast, everybody involved with Red Light Racing League, all the admins, and a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and just good job, Max, on the win.
Well, there you heard it from the 33 of Eric Johnson. It was an up-and-down night, Jarrett, but I believe you caught up with somebody that may have had a little bit better night overall throughout the entirety.
Yeah, I've caught up with our second-place finisher, the 10 of Tim Blum. And Tim, put it up here on the box in second place tonight. But tell us how your day was.
Yeah, I had a good race. I think for lack of practice, I didn't get to get out there much this week, so I'm happy with second.
Now, did you think you had anything for the 42 of Terry out there at the end?
It would all depended on a. I think all of us in the top 5 were pretty even. If you could have got a good restart and hung on the outside. Props to Max. He was restarting on the outside for a few there and wised up and got on the inside, and I just wasn't able to do much with that. So yeah, just you had to be a master of restarts, and Max was the guy tonight.
Yeah, but you still held your own there today. And so what are your thoughts as we leave this paperclip track and head to the super speedway track of Auto Club?
Auto Club, that'll be interesting. It's a hopefully there's a more than one groove. Not iRacing doesn't always put that feature in there with how things how their physics work, but we'll be able to change our lines up and hopefully get some good racing out there.
Yeah, should definitely be some good racing out there next week. And before we let you go, who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank my dad and sister watching back home. Thanks to you guys, turn 3, and congrats to Max.
All right, well, there you have it from our second place finisher, Tim Blum, and I believe Roger has caught up with our winner.
Yeah, I caught up with the man who's no stranger to victory lane. It's the man in the 42. It's Max Terriot. Max, you didn't lead the most laps here tonight, but you led the ones that counted.
Yeah, that's definitely what made the difference. So many restarts at the end could have made a huge difference. Todd finished way behind, probably got up in something at the end just because he was not on the front row. So right place at the right time for the last, 6-7 restarts, which is way too much, but hey, we'll take the win.
Yeah, tell us about one of those final restarts. Well, back us up a little bit farther than that. With 2 laps to go, you found yourself out front, and it didn't look like anybody had anything for you. Were you a little disappointed to see that yellow flag come out and go to a green-white checker?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we had enough caution at that point, so we restarted with maybe 8 to go. So I thought that we would have been strung up enough that we could have gone the whole way without a caution. But I mean, it was a redo for another 2 laps.
You were able to fire off with that 42 a little bit better than Tim Blum and the 22 there of Todd Cray. Todd Cray, like you said, not getting a finish that was pretty much deserving of where he ran all night. He's going to come home in the 13th spot. But you here in Victory Lane, you got to feel pretty good. This is going to lock yourself into the playoffs once we get there. Long way away. I believe that's actually February till we start the playoffs, possibly January. But either way, we head over to Auto Club. Now that you lock yourself in, we're going to go to Auto Club, and it's going to be with the brand new 550 horsepower Cup package, and it's going to race like a super speedway. Do you feel confident now that you can go and pat the win box here next week at Auto Club?
I'm always going for wins, but I really don't care about these cars. Those choked up engine, training wheels cars, just give them to kids. They can drive full throttle and turn left. That's not where the challenge is anymore. So I'm glad that I finally got a short track win. These Xfinity cars have become probably the top tier cars since they're most powered than the Cup car. But it's going to be comparable to last week at Kansas. We're going to have pack racing, and hopefully it'll be cleaner because at red light we're not used to having that many cautions. So cooler heads will prevail hopefully for next week.
Well, Max, before we wrap things up here tonight, we're going to roll the red carpet out for you here in Victory Lane as you park that 42. Is there anybody you got to thank for parking the 42 here in Victory Lane tonight?
Yeah, of course. I want to thank my girlfriend who's watching live, my friend Max who's finally home for a week to watch the race, Josh, James, and Richard for running the Red Light League, Turn 3 for coming on board this season. Your broadcast is top-notch. Keep it up, guys. And everyone who's watching, who watched until the end, I mean, props to you guys for hanging in there. And we'll make it better from now on, hopefully.
Well, Jarrett, you heard it from your winner right there. Max Terrill, he parks the 42 in Victory Lane. A little disappointed at how much he had to ride around under caution, but the man tells it like it is from his point of view, and he isn't looking forward to really driving the training wheels next weekend at Auto Club.
Yeah, definitely telling it like it is. A little bit of a caution fest here tonight, but they will get it cleaned up, and I expect nothing but great racing through the whole green flag laps at Auto Club next week.
Auto Club's going to be definitely crazy. It's not going to be like anything you saw here tonight from Martinsville. It's a paperclip. It's under a half-mile track in distance, so sometimes hotheads do come out here. I mean, we've seen it time and time again here from the Martinsville little paperclip, but next week it's all the way to the West Coast from our Virginia here, and it's going to be super speedway style racing. So for Max Terrill, he wins. He locks himself into the chase. Tim Blum finishes second here tonight. Just didn't have what it took to go up there and really move Max out of the way. Eric Johnson probably passed more cars than I probably passed in my entire life. He comes home third. James Skelton is fourth, and Jeff Hollingsworth seemed like he just couldn't get over the hump. Hung right there in the fifth position all night long. Richard Murdoch, though, look at that. He battled back for a sixth place finish. DJ Anderson also getting spun around. He battles back for a 7th place finish. Brandon Minto rallies back for an 8th place finish. Ira Kohlhaas finishes 9th. And how about Justin Gann? Was wrapped up in a couple yellows, and he battles back for a 10th place finish. And the man of the day, I guess you want to call it, Joe Strano. Remember, on November the 2nd, Joe Strano going on a little bit of a 24-hour gaming stretch to raise a little bit of money for the Children's Hospital. You'll be able to find all those details down on the bottom of the video here. And don't worry, November 2nd, we'll remind you guys as we're going to post them back up on the Turn 3 Racing page. But Joe Strano rallies back for a 11th place finish. Well, Jarrett, that's going to wrap it up here from Martinsville. You're going to be able to catch the Red Light Racing League Scrambler Series next week here Monday night on your Turn 3 Racing Network. It's going to be the Cup car, and it's going to be Auto Club. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe out there, and we'll see you at the races.